the decisions we make, not only affect us, they affect other people. It's like the dominoes. You see the domino, the little domino things, and you hit them, and then and there's a lot of stuff. It affects a lot of other things. That's exactly how our decisions are. Better Decisions and Fewer Regrets by Andy Stanley. I'm going to give you the takeaways from chapters 9 through chapters 12. This book is a book that everybody needs. Because if you have a tendency to not make the best decisions, this is going to be the book for you. This is going to be the book to help you break down the questions to ask before you even make that decision. Because a lot of us are making emotional decisions. There was a time, I didn't even know I was going to talk about this. There was a time when I went through a breakup, and then I purchased a car. And I purchased this car because this person who I was no longer with wanted a car like that. That was an emotional decision. Who had to pay for that? Me. Like, what? Yeah. So many times we make those emotional decisions. Like emotional spending. I'm just going to go, we call it retail therapy, right? And then we get these things and we bring them home. And then a week later, we like, well, I don't even like that. It's stuff may still be in your closet right now with tags on it. That's all I'm saying. It's so many times we make these emotional decisions that have a lingering effect. Nevertheless, Chapter 9 emphasizes making mature decisions by considering long-term consequences. Okay, so the author advises asking, what is the wisest thing to do? So whenever you get ready to make this decision, these are questions you can ask yourself. What is the wisest thing to do? To foster maturity in decision making, the author highlights the importance of delayed gratification and avoiding impulsive choices. Oh my goodness. So chapter 10, the relationship question, focuses on how decisions impact relationships. He encourages asking, what does love require of me, to guide actions? What does love require of me? Discuss the importance of empathy, selflessness, and considering others' perspectives. And then we have chapter 11, the legacy question. It centers on the idea of legacy, long-term impact of decisions. It promotes the question, what story do I want to tell? To ensure choice aligns with desired legacy. So whenever you're making decisions, you are writing the story of your life. So this is why this book is important. This is why making better decisions is important. Because what story do you want to tell? What story do you want to tell? And there's some stories that we don't necessarily want to tell, but they come out eventually, right? We have some chapters. We all are books, right? We all are books, and each day we're writing the story of our lives. And there are some chapters, I know you've heard this before, there are some chapters that we don't want to read out loud. We won't want anybody to read out loud. There's some things we did that we won't want nobody to know about, right? We're writing the story of our lives. Nevertheless, he stresses consistency in values, actions to build a meaningful legacy. So the actions, the things that the decisions you make today, they don't just affect you, especially if you have kids or a family. They don't just affect you, they affect other people. That's why it's imperative that we make the best decisions, okay? Chapter 12, last but not least. The conscience question. Explore the role of the conscience in decision making. He urges readers to ask, is there tension that deserves my attention? Is there tension that deserves my attention? To address inner conflicts, emphasizes paying attention to gut feelings and moral discomfort to avoid regret. Pay attention to gut feelings and moral discomfort to avoid regret. We know when something don't feel right. We just feel it in our gut, like, I probably shouldn't. And we might say this to ourselves, I probably shouldn't do that. I probably shouldn't. And then you just go ahead and do it, and then it comes back to bite you. And it's like, something told me not to do that, but I did it. And something told you. Your gut was trying to tell you, but you just wanted to do that thing anyway, right? So just to summarize all of this, Better Decisions and Fewer Regrets by Andy Stanley focuses on making wise and loving and conscious decisions that positively impact relationships and legacy. By asking reflective questions, individuals can ensure their choices align with their values and long-term goals. So make sure that the decisions you make are aligned, they align with your values and your long-term goals. I'm going to run those questions back. What is the wisest thing to do? What does love require of me? What story do I want to tell? Because every decision on the other side of that is the story that you're writing. You're writing your life story with your decisions. I just want to park there for a minute because there are some things that are going on in people's lives, and it's nobody else. It's you, because you're making these decisions. Nobody's making you make these decisions. You're making these decisions, these emotional decisions, right? And they have consequences. So we can't blame other people for where we are. Okay? If you are a whole adult out here in this world, you can no longer blame anybody for where you are, because where you are right now is your decisions, right? From this day forward, from this moment forward, you are making these decisions, right? You're making these decisions. We got to make better decisions. We need the information to be able to make these better decisions. We got to start asking ourselves these questions, stop making these impulsive decisions, right? Okay. Is there attention that deserves my attention? By asking reflective questions before you make any decision, ask yourself these reflective questions. Because it can ensure, and you want to ensure that your choices align with your values and long-term goals. What are your values? What are your non-negotiables? Your character is everything. What story is your life telling? Your life is telling a story based on your decisions. So if you want a better life, make better decisions. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Ask yourself these questions. Why am I really making this decision? I mean, really? Why am I doing this really? Like, ask yourself these things. If you need help, get the book. It's so much resources and tools out here for us to live a better, thriving life. No more excuses. Get the book. If you have a tendency to make bad choices, and I'm raising my hand because I was one of that person, made just emotional, impulsive decisions. And you want to know, you just look at your life. Look at your credit report. Your credit report is an example of your decisions. Your relationships are an example of your decisions. Your weight, your whatever going on with you, an example, your decisions. You choose not to eat well. You choose not to work out. You choose not to do the things that you're supposed to do. It's nobody else. You can blame people all day long. It's not going to help you. We are where we are based on our decisions. And maybe some stuff wasn't our choice, right? Nevertheless, from this day forward, as an adult, it's up to you. Nobody else is coming to rescue you. Better decisions and fewer regrets. What's the wisest thing you can do? Make better decisions. Here's a decision. Get the book. It's going to help you. That's all. Have an amazing day, y'all. Peace.